Mount Hood is Oregon's highest mountain, the fourth highest summit in the Cascade Range, and the third most climbed mountain on Earth. The summit stands at just over 11,000 feet, rising more than 7,500 feet above the surrounding landscape, and it's visible as far away as central Washington. After a 4-hour drive from Seattle, we reached the starting point for our climb. Of the more than 30 established routes on the mountain, we decided for Leuthold Couloir, a less crowded, slightly steeper alternative to the Hog's Back. The route begins from the parking lot at Timberline Ski Area, located at an elevation of 6,000 feet, which is accessible and cleared of snow year-round. From the parking lot, the route runs parallel to the ski area to the top of the Palmer Lift at 8,500 feet. From there, we traverse along the Zigzag Glacier towards Illumination Rock, a jagged basalt column that is silhouetted by the sunset when viewed from the standard routes. In between Illumination Rock and the slopes leading up to Castle Craigs lies Illumination Saddle, which overlooks the Reid Glacier on Mount Hood's west flank. The plan was to get up to camp by sunset and camp there, leaving for Leuthold early Saturday morning. Like most routes that start from Timberline, Leuthold can be done car to car, but camping helps to break up the climb, and the views from Illumination Saddle during sunset are second to none. The early alpine start is essential on Mount Hood, particularly in non-winter months. The upper mountain is steep, with loose rock and ice. As the day progresses, the warm temperatures dislodge chunks, creating a hazard that can be mitigated by avoiding the upper mountain late in the day. Past June, the snow coverage is often insufficient, and climbing on the upper slopes of the mountain is generally avoided. To get to Leuthold, we cross the Reid Glacier, past the lower buttress of the Reid Headwall. Leuthold Couloir begins as the last couloir before Joachim Ridge, starting from the Bergschrund. This is where navigation can be tricky. To stay on Leuthold Couloir, aim slightly left, avoiding the far left chute towards Joachim Ridge. We ended up going straight into a lower chute of the Reid Headwall, just to the right of the Hourglass. The Hourglass is the most narrow and steep part of Leuthold, and it's the main site of the route for rock and icefall hazard. The section we took is slightly steeper than Leuthold, but it will eventually lead to the same place. After the Hourglass, the chute opens up towards the climber's left, and up a mild ridge towards the summit. The summit traverse provides panoramic views of Mount Rainier all the way down to South Sister on a clear day. The descent route is typically the Hog's Back, or the Old Chute, depending on conditions and preference. The Old Chute is slightly less steep, less crowded, and it avoids the Bergschrund, but it is less direct. The Bergschrund was only about 6 to 10 inches wide when we were there, and the route was in good condition. All in all, it was a fantastic route that's a bit more of a challenge than the standard Southside routes. It was great for avoiding the typical Mount Hood congestion. If you liked the video and you want to see more like it, be sure to subscribe.